We got people killed by animals. 15 horrifying deaths. Before we even get into this, bro, chat. What animal are y'all scared of the most, bro? Low-key elephants, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
This is the only part of the footage filmed by the team of the underwater director
Facts! Yo!
1960.
Yo, facts!
I can show
Hippos are scary, bro. You know how fast they move in water? Oh my goodness!
When I was younger. The man attacked by the shark was the director himself. He was diving near Lady Julia Percy Island to videotape seals for his movie, but instead he encountered a cold-blooded predator. When Henry's colleagues rushed to his rescue and got the victim out of the water, they noticed that the shark had chewed off his leg.
What?
However, such instances don't stop anyone. In 2014, a giant shark attacked a South African submarine. Fortunately, the predator didn't get to the team, who were just observing whales. Yet sometimes humans consciously approach wild animals. They hunt grizzly bears, train orcas, rescue snakes, and adopt.
Y'all know I've never been to the beach before because I don't want to get bit by a shark, bro. So serious.
Successfully
never been to the beach a day in my life.
Ends in death. So, who of us is most likely to fall prey to a predator? Even if I get eaten by a shark or croc, the main thing I want is that it be filmed.
What?
If I died, I would be sad if no one got it on tape.
What?
These words are about the most famous.
R.I.P. Steve Irwin. Didn't he get shot by a jellyfish?
You haven't seen him. He's the fearless blonde cat.
Yo, he be, I ain't lying, yo. Shout out Irwin.
Yo, shouting,
but he was wigging, but he was fighting the same. Yo!
But in actuality,
he used to wig out, bro.
Was a co-owner.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all ain't never seen like the Steve Irwin show, bro?
Nature Conservation Foundation called Wildlife Warriors World.
Yeah.
Numerous parks, zoos,
I used to watch this in school.
A ship called M.Y. Steve Irwin. A snail species called Crikey Steve Irwini. And even an asteroid 57567 Crikey
he got stung by a stingray. Why I said jellyfish?
It's a shame though that you can't explain to a wild
jellyfish
animal
a part of the stingray family? Are they like cousins?
And you're not going to harm it. On September 4th, 2006, Steve set off to the Great Barrier Reef to record some footage with a deadly tiger shark for a documentary series called Ocean's Deadliest. Irwin dived and spent quite a long time in the water, but so far hasn't managed to track down the shark. Suddenly, he
was looking for a
2.5-meter stingray and decided to videotape
8-foot stingray.
The footage was a great fit for another project called Bindi, the Jungle Girl. The TV show featured his daughter, who decided to follow in her father's.
Wait, hold on. Chat. Come on.
Featured his daughter, who decided to follow.
Bro, come on, bro. Bro, you letting your daughter play with snakes like this, bro? Come on, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nah, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This gotta be CPS worthy, bro. This gotta be CPS worthy, bro. I don't care how good you are with snakes. If you're a wildlife expert, bro, kid, this should not be able to happen with kids, bro. L parent, bro. I'm not gonna lie, L parent, but R.I.P. Steve, though.
In her father's footsteps. In the show, she was supposed to tell other kids about wild animals, so Irwin wanted to help her with the video.
Oh, that wasn't his kid.
The presenter held the stingray in his arms. He thought there was nothing to fear since stingrays pose almost no threat to humans.
He held an 8-foot stingray
as docile creatures who attack very rarely and only in self-defense. Most injuries from the bites of the species happen when inadvertently are localized in the area of ankles and shin. And happen when a person inadvertently steps on a stingray that has buried itself in sand. When Steve raised the stingray in front of the camera to get a
Damn! Bro, y'all ain't see that, bro. Holy shit, bro. God, dog, bro. Bro, that shit, damn. That shit kind of hurt a little bit, bro. Zay was not going after you, bro. Yo, that shit got close as hell.
Pimp down, pimp in distress.
I'm just glad my camera ain't break. All right, we good. Holy shit, bro. I can't go. Wait. Oh my goodness. Did my camera?
Damn, Zay, you fell like I do after the tequila. Crying face emoji.
Hold on, chat. We good. Wait, hold on. Alright, we back, bro. But that wasn't a crazy fall, bro. I'm good though, chat. We good. We good. I just was not trying to get stung, bro. No cap. I'm not trying to go out, bro. Low key just developed a new fear to stingrays. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yo, y'all can't see what I see, bro. I'm watching this shit like in 4K, bro. And I dead thought like the stingray was coming towards my feet, bro.
And shins. And happen when a person inadvertently steps on a stingray that has buried itself in the sand. When Steve raised the stingray in front of the camera
Yo, chill.
to get a close-up of the creature, the animal probably felt trapped and stung the TV presenter. Despite being very painful, stingray poison is usually not deadly. For a minute, the cameraman, Justin Lyons, panicked but continued filming. Irwin and his crew had an arrangement. If after an animal attack, which is a fairly frequent occurrence in his line of work, the presenter...
Zay, did you get any injuries from your fall? I will take care of you if you let me out your closet. Alright,
presenter's physical condition deteriorated. He would give his crew a sign.
Hold
if
on, bro.
No sign,
I'm trying to figure out how this stingray stung
so
him,
having
bro.
filmed
Lock
the
in,
stingray,
chat.
the cameraman and Irwin returned to the boat, where it became clear that the presenter was having trouble breathing. As it turned out, the stingray had injected its poison right into Steve's chest.
What?
Where his heart was.
What? Wait.
One before.
Wait. It stabbed him in his heart? What?
Because the stingray had hit a critically important...
Oh my... Wait. This is what stingray stingers look like? Oh, that is crazy, bro. Oh, my dumb man. I'm about to say, how bad y'all think it hurt, but it killed him, so I'm assuming it hurt a lot, bro. Like, how sharp is that,
important
though?
organ. Irwin could not be saved. The fans were shocked by the fact that, despite having worked with highly dangerous animals for his entire life, their idol died from an ordinary stingray injury.
Ordinary? You saw how thick that was? Why is chat not on the screen, bro? There you go.
Everyone wanted to see Justin's sensational footage, especially since Irwin himself would have wanted
notice, but I don't.
Nevertheless, Discovery Communications, the network that had facilitated Irwin's career, stated the video can never be shown on television.
Damn.
After the investigation, all copies of the footage were destroyed, except for one, bro. Which, as noted in the official statement, was given to Irwin's wife, Terry. Rumor has it that she...
You know what's so crazy, bro? Because they said this happened in 06, bro. Bro, chat, we all know, sad enough, bro. Bro, if this was to happen in 2025, bro, the same day was to happen, bro. It's sad to say, bro. Bro, that thing would have been leaked on Twitter same day. Same day that video would have been leaked on Twitter. Why is somebody's name Detastrophe? Why is your name Detastrophe, bro? What type of name is that? Zay, of course Zay know about thick shit. Yo, alright, bro. But, yo, literally, somebody would have paid them for the video and that would have been leaked, bro. Sad enough.
She also destroyed the tape without even watching it. Although there is a low-quality video circulating online called Steve Irwin Last Minute Video. It's unknown whether the footage is real. The ecologist's death became a great tragedy, but we can't say it had been unexpected.
I was 3 and 06.
Just like the obvious result of Timothy Treadwell's exploratory bear hunt in 2003. Timothy set up camp in spots where grizzly bears lived, and he observed them. Some people say they've seen videos of him touching the bears and playing with their cubs. Yet the rangers of Katmai National Park, where the man was a frequent visitor, warned Treadwell that his methods of studying grizzly bears were not only dangerous, but also illegal, since he put up his tents in prohibited areas, very close to the grizzlies. So, in 2003, this bear enthusiast, as always, broke all the rules and went to the part of the park called the Grizzly Maze. This time, he was accompanied by his girlfriend, Amy Huguenard. It was October, the time when bears stock up on food for the winter, gain fat for hibernation, and act more aggressively. But Treadwell still set up camp not so far from the animals. At some point, the couple stopped contacting their friends and relatives. Then, the helicopter pilot, who flew to the area to pick the couple up from the campsite, saw a horrific scene from above. Disfigured human remains scattered around the tent.
What?
The park rangers were informed of the find and rushed to the site of the tragedy right away.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
They encountered an angry grizzly.
Chat, how many men do y'all think it would take to
the animal's stomach necropsy confirmed that
I ain't talking about,
Timothy
100 man versus one gorilla. Like, how many men y'all think it would take to defeat a bear?
It had 6 minutes of footage where nothing could be seen, but one could hear the frantic screams of people being torn apart by a grizzly bear. Different filmmakers tried to talk the rangers into sharing the video with them to make a movie about the event using real sound footage. However, the park employees thought it was inhumane. Still, the deaths of people in these 2 stories
what did they just say?
into sharing the video being torn apart by 6 minutes of footage where nothing could Timothy and his girlfriend, Grizzly, who had to be killed. The animal's stomach necropsy confirmed that it had mauled Timothy and his girlfriend. A camera was found among their abandoned belongings. It had 6 minutes of footage where nothing could be seen, but one could hear the frantic screams of people being torn apart by a grizzly bear. Different filmmakers tried to talk the rangers into sharing the video with them to make a movie about the event using real sound footage. However, the park employees thought it was inhumane. Still, the deaths of...
Chat, no, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Chat, did you get expelled? I did get expelled too. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, look, bro. Chat, say you died to a grizzly bear, right? And they had the audio. Would you want them to use the audio to make a movie about you? About you dying, bro? Is that something like, I don't know. Some people probably they had it like, you know, it's like a legacy. Some people say, I get somebody saying no, because bro, I literally died. What do you mean you want to use the audio? But then yes, and then I see people saying yes, because it's like at the same time, bro, I died. I might as well, you feel me, have like people remember. I don't know. I can see both sides. Why not? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Me personally, I don't even know what I would pick.
Look logical, however horrible it may sound. Such extreme enthusiasts had 0 chances of staying alive. But how more likely to survive are the people who are skilled at taming wild animals? The training of wild animals has always raised heated discussion. The people in this line of work usually say they try to ensure the animals are kept in the most comfortable conditions possible to avoid causing them pain and stress. The animals often start to forget their life in wild nature, or don't even know about it, being born in captivity. The internet is teeming with viral videos of dangerous animals adorably playing with their trainers and even gladly doing the tricks they've been taught.
Them paws is too big and too strong, bro.
For example, in this footage, you can see the accident that happened on February 24th, 2010 at SeaWorld Park in San Diego. During a program show, a female trainer, Tamari Tollison, was sitting at the water's edge near orcas named Orchid and Splash. Suddenly, the animals started aggressively pulling her into the water.
Oh!
It was all happening.
Is that a dolphin? Or a whale? Whoa!
Children. The girl could not break free from the orca's jaws.
Wait, orca? Wait, is an orca a dolphin?
Tons. The other employees also didn't know how to confront the angry predators and save their coworker. But then, a trainer called Robin Sheets came up with a rather risky idea to release another orca into the reservoir. It would seem that if the employees had been unable to reason with 2 orcas, there was no way they could deal with 3. But this orca was a dominant one. It approached Orchid and Splash, gave them some kind of a signal, and they let go of the girl. Tamari's life was saved. Nevertheless, sadly, not all sea predator trainers are this lucky. For instance, in the same year, a similar situation happened at SeaWorld.
Yeah, and I heard about it in Orlando. I thought that other one was at SeaWorld.
Don Bradshaw, was assaulted by an orca named Tillicum, who weighed almost 5.5 tons.
They are cousins.
And in this case, sadly, the girl could not be saved. The park owners said the animals were looked after in compliance with all the standards, and the orcas were friendly to the trainers before that instance. Yet, according to zoologists, when the animals who had the entire ocean at their disposal get locked in the park's limited reservoirs, they receive psychological trauma
that can manifest itself
at the most unexpected moment. In addition, it's very difficult to control what methods the trainers use and whether they don't hurt the animals during training. For example, in June of 2013, a circus employee, Alexander Crispin, was running with 2 tigers around the playpen and using a stick to make the animals run in circles. They had already been taught to do this, so it was just routine training for them. Suddenly, one of the tigers decided it had enough and pounced at Crispin. The animal knocked the man off his feet and continued mercilessly mauling him.
Twin, get out of there!
The circus employees
get up out of there!
With a metal
Why are you still in there?
In the end, Crispin died of blood loss. Even if a trick with a wild animal went smoothly countless times, you never know when things will go awry.
That's what I'm
For
saying.
instance, Ali Khan Samsodi was a Malaysian snake charmer who set records with dangerous animals. In the early 90s, he became famous because of practically living in a small room with 400 cobras for 12 hours a day for 40 days. He was dubbed the King of Snakes and Scorpions, since one time he locked himself in a box with 6,000 scorpions for 3 weeks.
He's wild.
Still, in 2006, he got bitten by a cobra during one of his shows, and this bite became deadly for him. But how do animals behave with the people who treat them well, or even saved their lives at some point in the past? A farmer from South Africa, Marius Els, was famous because of his pet hippopotamus, whom he used to ride like a horse.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Marius rescued it from
these
a flood
are the most dangerous, bro.
Still very young,
Yo,
and then he let him stay in his household.
Bro, you know how much
That's how Els,
the
called
hippo
the
got?
hippopotamus,
I don't know,
responded
but I
to
know
its
it's a lot.
name, ate apples out of the palm of his owner's hand,
Bro, no.
played with him, and let the man brush his teeth.
Bro, the fact that
Just
hippo,
take
bro,
a
the
look
fact
at
that
the
hippo
teeth of a
can
grown
crush a
hippopotamus.
watermelon.
It can easily chew your arm.
No, bruh.
There was talk in
No,
the farmer's
bruh.
surroundings that
No,
the man treated
bruh.
the hippopotamus not just like an animal, but like a son.
Moto.
Marius didn't consider Humphrey to be dangerous, although
hippo,
everyone
bruh?
else noticed the
Yo,
animal's
Moto
covert
was a
aggression.
dangerous dude,
It
bruh.
attacked cows and even killed one of them. One day, Marius went on a hike with Humphrey and
Went on a
disappeared.
hike?
Later,
Oh, nah.
his body was found,
Oh,
ironically,
my
in the very
goodness.
same river where he'd once saved the hippopotamus from the flood. Judging from the wounds,
That is
the animal had
crazy.
most likely mauled its owner and then dumped him into the water.
Damn.
For some reason, people sometimes think they can replace the mother for young animals. It might work with domestic animals, but not with wild ones. Still, a wolf trainer at Kolmorden Wildlife Park disagreed with this statement. In 2012, a woman, whose name the media chose to keep undisclosed, decided to visit the den of the wolves she'd communicated
Those are not
back
dogs.
when they were pups.
Yo,
It's
those
unknown
are
how
not
much time had
dogs.
passed since their last
They might
encounter,
look a little
but her
bit like
colleagues
them, but those are
admitted
not
they
dogs.
occasionally visit even the wild animals of the park so that they get accustomed to humans. Being sure the wolves would recognize her, the woman set out to see the animals alone and spent quite a long time in the den. When her coworker went to check on her, they saw the wolves tearing the woman's body apart. They
R.I.P. her, bro. Yo, like, even in, like, bro, even if, like, you know them, they know you, bro, going alone just seems so crazy, though. But damn, R.I.P.
barely managed to approach the predators to put them to sleep. The wolves simply wouldn't leave the victim's body alone. Unfortunately, the woman could not be saved. It's important to always remember that wild animals won't behave like, for instance, a domestic dog, who will recognize you after a long time apart.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
First
These
and
are not
foremost,
dogs.
the predators see you as their prey.
Bro, is he eating
Nevertheless,
it?
some
What is
people
he
think it's a
doing?
friend, even
What is this?
python.
Bro, what
Elliot
is
Fenske,
this?
From the town of Upper Macoungie,
People just
Pennsylvania,
like playing with
spent
their
around
life,
10
bro.
years working with snakes.
What type of rush
Once,
do they
he
get from
rescued
this,
a
bro?
boa constrictor from a family who had been cruel to the animal. Elliot took the 8-kilogram reptile home to join the other animals he'd rescued before. But due to the stress experienced at the hands of its former owners, the snake was rather aggressive and not very prone to contact. Elliot's friends repeatedly told him he should find a place for the python to stay as fast as possible, because there was no way he was going to deal with such a huge reptile alone. But no one wanted to adopt the snake due to its excessive rebelliousness. On July 24, 2022, Elliot's
wasn't that long
grandmother,
ago.
who had come to visit her grandson,
Bro, no. Please don't tell me that snake killed grandma, bro. Bro, no. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If my own pet snake killed my... Bro, even if I killed a snake, bro, that's not... Nah, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nah, hold on. Let's wait. Let me hear it out, bro.
saw him immobilized with a python around his neck.
Oh, it killed him. Okay. Not saying that that's better, but yo, imagine the guilt he would have had if his own snake killed his grandma.
As it turned out,
but
Sentient
damn,
was
grandma
trying
had to see
clean
her
the
grandma
reptile's
go like that.
terrarium
It's still
when
crazy.
Suddenly, the python attacked him. Elliot was trying with all his might to break free while his grandma was calling 911. Soon, the police arrived. They shot the python so that it would let go of Elliot, but it was too late. The animal had choked its rescuer to death. Yet Elliot wasn't the only person who came up with the idea to create an entire zoo of snakes single-handedly. For instance, there's the reptile house in Oxford, Indiana, In it, the local sheriff Munson kept 150 reptiles. He caught the snakes, bred them, and even sold them. Laura Hurst shared Munson's hobby, and 20 snakes from the house belonged to her. She paid them regular visits twice a week. But one day, Laura was found unconscious, with a reticulated python wrapped around her neck. Just like in the previous case, the woman could not be saved after the constriction. The police found a photo Laura had taken the day before the accident. This snake is believed to be the one who killed the girl. After a close look at the photo, Munson was horrified to realize that the snake wasn't one of the 20 reptiles Laura took care of. So, she just made a mistake and taken the wrong snake, which was why the animal killed her. We'll never know the truth, but Laura wasn't safe from being attacked even by her own snake. Domestic animals who have lived with their own can also change their behavior very suddenly.
Bro, was that AI? Did they really just show us a whole snake bite? Bro, was that AI? Kyron, was that you?
Tyson's Bengal tiger, Michael Jackson's chimpanzee, Paris Hilton's kinkajou.
Wait, what are they talking about?
Tyson's Bengal tiger,
famous animals?
Michael Jackson's chimpanzee, Paris Hilton's kinkajou, Salvador Dali's tame anteater. Today, wild animals at home are not something out of the ordinary. Yet it used to be something celebrities shocked the public with. And ordinary people could become stars thanks to such a pet.
No, that's a squirrel.
This is what happened to John Rendell and his friend Anthony Ace Burke. In 1969, they moved to London to open an antique furniture store. But one day, they saw a lion cub in a pet shop and had the crazy idea of buying it. Since then, the two friends became famous because they showed up at various social events with their own tame lion. Christian, which was his name, looked like some rock star.
Creeper?
He joined them in for convertible rides, dined at restaurants, and drank water from a big porcelain cup. But the lion was growing pretty fast, and the London apartment was becoming too small for this wild animal. Then, John and Ace made a difficult decision to part with their pet and release it into the wild nature. With the assistance of nature conservationists, they transported Christian to Kora National Park in Kenya. Yet, unable to bear the sadness they felt from having said goodbye to their wild friend, the men went to visit their lion, who was all grown up. They didn't even know if he would recognize them. The park employees showed them the spot where the lion usually rested. Soon, the animal came out of its hiding, and having noticed some silhouettes in the distance, the lion suddenly jumped at the two friends, and it became one of YouTube's most famous videos of a wild animal rushing to hug humans.
Lion!
This might be something Sandra Piovison, a wolf trainer at Colmerton Wildlife Park, expected to experience. In her backyard, the woman kept cages with 9 wolf dog
Sometimes they
hybrids.
recognize you.
She also knew them back when they do recognize you, they still want to eat you. To feed them every day. But eventually, the woman was found dead. She had many bite marks and died from blood loss. But not only sharp-fanged predators can attack a person trying to tame them. For instance, Gerald Rushton of East Texas kept a fawn in a kennel. It was fluffy and cute, and even befriended a domestic rabbit.
Deers are dangerous?
Bambi grew into a red deer, who one day just pushed Gerald into the fence with his horse.
Whoa!
Then, the animal started being even more aggressive and attacked its owner.
It could probably stab you with its
antlers.
Man
such a mighty blow with its hooves that he...
Nah, that gotta hurt, bro. No, that gotta hurt, bro. Antler stab? Dude.
Died. And what can we expect from a chimpanzee? It's not very big, has neither fangs nor horns, and if the need arises, it can be dealt with easily. Not to mention that it's our closest relative, and sometimes it's as easy to find common ground with chimpanzees as it is with young children. Or is it?
Yo, these
Sandra Harrell from Connecticut had a pet chimpanzee named Travis, whom she brought up like a small child. The animal became especially important for the woman when her daughter died,
I think we seen
followed
this before.
by her husband.
Ain't the monkey rip
Sandra
her
directed
face off?
all of her love at Travis. Still, both the woman and the animal suffered from severe depression caused by the loss of loved ones. Regardless of this, Travis even was the star of TV ads. One of them for Pepsi, although the monkey felt good around humans. There were moments when its mood would deteriorate, and then it would escape from its home. On one such occasion, Sandra's friend, Charla Nash, who also often spent time with Travis, volunteered to help in the search. After she found the chimpanzee not far from Sandra's house, Charla started trying to get the animal to go home with her, luring him with a Tickle Me Elmo doll, which he liked very much. But all of a sudden, Travis went berserk.
Travis turned into Caesar
and knocked her to the ground.
Oh!
Travis was hitting Charla with all his might and biting her.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. If you ever watched On the Planet of the Apes, boy, once a monkey hits you with one of these, boy, once that monkey hits you with one of those, it's over with for you, boy. Over with, bro. No cap.
Sandra was nearby and saw this happening. Although she loved her
two-hand,
the woman realized that now she had to choose
clap, whatever you want to call it, beat down, but that joint undefeated.
Then the woman grabbed the shovel and started hitting the chimpanzee. But none of it had any effect on Travis. Then she stabbed him with a knife, and he ran into the house, leaving a trail of blood behind him. Sandra called the police, who eventually shot the animal.
Hit you with
who was like a child.
Raised eyebrow emoji.
Charla survived, but the chimpanzee broke almost all of her facial bones, deprived her of eyesight, and tore off her eyelids, nose, jaw, lips, and most...
Bro, that do not look like... Bro, I'm telling you, wait, they say he ate her face? I know they say he ripped her face. They said he ate her face or ripped it.
Sandra called the police, who eventually shot the animal, who was like a child to her. Charla survived, but the chimpanzee broke almost all of her facial bones, deprived her of eyesight, and tore off her eyelids, nose, jaw, lips, and most skin from her head. Her life was forever changed.
Yo, I feel so... Bro. Oh my goodness.
Do you think she kept the monkey for support after what happened?
Bro, what type of question is that, bro? Dude, the monkey didn't... Nah, bro. I knew monkeys were strong, but bro, the monkey... Damn, bro.
Changed. But if you think that only
that's a lot of damage
can attack you, you're wrong. You need to be cautious around domesticated and household animals as well. In 1991, Carl Hulsey was beaten to death by a 45-kilogram goat in Locust Grove, Oklahoma.
I heard
For
goats
some
is
reason,
aggressive.
The man decided he could use
bro, anything with horns, bro, I don't want around me, bro.
To protect the house, he often hit it with a stick. At some point, the goat couldn't take it anymore and started hitting its owner back with its horns. The goat gave the man so many sharp blows that his abdomen got torn apart. After the accident, the county authorities decided the goat had to be put down. However, the decision was met with outrage by the locals since the animal had no other choice, and it can't be held responsible for Carl's death. So, the goat was just put in a shelter. But some animals can act cruelly, even with no apparent reason. In 2012, Terry Vance Garner from Oregon had a heart attack.
I don't know why he was hitting the goat with a stick in the first place.
The farmer fell over the fence into the pigsty. Since these animals are omnivores, they simply went on eating their lunch and everything that was there before them, including their owner. So, as it turns out, it's best to be careful around all animals.
Bro, and that's the thing too, chat. Any of y'all, cause I didn't know, like, you know, the pork thing, you know, people don't eat pork, bro. Bro, this is why, bro. Bro, pigs literally eat anything and everything, bro. Me personally, I eat the turkey bacon. You feel me? Like, yo, if you give a pig anything, bro, they gonna eat it. Now, imagine the people, imagine the people that, cause obviously those pigs probably got killed. Who knows? Maybe those pigs got turned into bacon. Technically, bro, the people that ate that bacon ate humans. That's crazy.
No one is to trust, apart from cats and dogs. They would never.
Be dogs, man.
But wait, what do you mean by never? Many dog owners are sure that their beloved pet will not only never hurt them, but if such a need arises,
dogs do be violent sometimes.
Attack. But in 2017, something strange happened. Bethany Lynn Stevens was found in the woods dead, her body mangled. By her side stood her two loyal dogs. When the police arrived at the site, they immediately decided the dogs had killed their owner. Although the girl's family and friends didn't believe it, the investigators think the bite marks on her body look exactly like dog bites. So then, we're left with only cats, right? I wouldn't trust them either. In the World Journal of Clinical Cases, there's a story of a man who died from a cat bite. And no, the animal didn't attack its owner. It was a playful bite, nothing more. But in 6 weeks, the man died of a bacterial infection called pasteurellosis, which his cat had passed on to him. So, which animal is still safe to keep at home? Write your ideas in the comments and subscribe.
What animal do y'all trust, bro?